Hello everyone. So in this lecture, I will be working with the enemy health system. Okay, and for that we need to actually make some base functions and variables. Okay, and I will do that in C++. That's why I have the enemy component base opened up. Okay, so let's go ahead and make those functions and variables first, and then we'll go to the blueprints. Okay, so I'll have a protected section over here. Okay, and let's go ahead and make our e properties first. So e property. Now the first one would be edit anywhere, and this one will be blueprint read write, and category would be health. Okay. Also, yeah, I want this to be private. Okay, and also since in private you cannot have this blueprint read write, right? So we need to add another keyword over here, okay, for the macro. So this one would be meta, and it will be allow private access to be true. So what it means is if you hover over this allow private access, you can see it says indicates that a private member is marked as blueprint read only or blueprint read write should be accessible from blueprints. So this one will be float current health, and we'll have the same thing over here again down below, and this one will be float max health. Okay, there will be a few changes over here. Now this one will be edit defaults only. Okay, and this one will be blueprint read only. Yeah, and now this is done. We'll go ahead and make the getters and the setters. So for the getters, we have the float get current health, and then we will have the float get max health. Now for our game, we do not need a setup for max health, okay? Since the only place we'll change our max health is on the editor itself, okay? And you function. So if you are making a game that requires setup for it, go ahead and make one. And you will require a setup in games such as where you want to have a poison effect or any effect maybe that actually decreases the max health from 100 to let's say 90. So while that effect is active, maybe the max health is set to 90, so the current health, if they are healing themselves, they can only heal up to 90 and not 100 or whatever the max health is. Okay, so yeah, so let's make the setup. So this one will be void set current health, and this is um, float constant float, and this one will be damage. Okay, so what it means, will actually calculate the current health inside this function itself. Okay, we'll take in the damage because there's a function. Actually, let me just first compile this one. Okay, and I'll explain what I was explaining once the blueprint loads up. Okay, because it would be easier for you to visualize that. Okay, so it has loaded up, and as I was saying, so like if we move to the event graph, you will see there is sorry, not set, apply damage. There's a function called apply damage, and there's a base damage and everything, so it returns the actual damage that is being applied to the actor. So this actually returns the damage, right? So what happens, this is the apply damage, and then if we look, I can't actually have it from the component, so I'll just go to the character, and in the event graph, okay, this is the event graph. Okay, so if I type in damage, and there should be set damage or event any damage. Okay, so this function, so whenever this function is called, it will call the event any damage on the uh, damaged actor. See, so we have the damaged actor pin. So on the damaged actor, it will look for this function over here, and it will call this function. So from here, as you can see, it will take in the damage. So if we get our function, and from there we call in our set health, we can actually just put the damage over there and calculate the set health and apply the set health over there. Okay, that's why we have this function made. Okay, and that's why we have the damage instead of the health. Okay, in the input. Okay, of set current health over here. So if we have that, we want to clamp this float. Okay, now not clamp this value exactly. So what we want to do is get current health, subtract the damage. Okay, and this value will have a minimum of 0, and will get the max health and put it over here. Okay, and then we will set current health as this. Okay, so we'll get the current health, basically this one, we'll get this, and then subtract it with the damage that we have received, and from there we will clamp it. The minimum will be 0, and the maximum will be the max health. Okay, I think that makes sense. I'll comment this one. Set current health. Health I'll mark with red. Okay, and then we have the get current health. We'll go with get current health, and we have our get max health. So we'll get our max health as well, and just plug that in. Okay, there we go. That's done. So now let's go ahead and with the actual calculation. So how do we want the health to be set, right? Also before no, let's go ahead and do that first. So for that, again, we don't need a C++ class. I'll just go ahead and make a blueprint ANS. So ANS underscore yeah, let's go ahead and make the ANS underscore, what should I call, set current, no, sorry, set ANS applied damage. Okay, so we just want to apply the damage over here. One thing, okay, let's check something on the BP player. Okay, we have our FFC, we have our combat over here values. So we have this hit enemy, right? Yeah, we don't actually need a ANS for this, we already have it. So we already have the hit enemy notify, right? So we'll just go ahead and add it over here. So not that one, sorry. Object reference, and uh, apply damage. Okay. Now for the apply base damage, now hit enemy. Base damage will depend on each of the notify, so I'll promote this to a variable and have this instant editable. Okay. Event instigator, so the controller that caused it. So we'll get the owner, we'll get the controller. Can we get the controller? No. So, and this requires a controller object reference. So there's a single player game as is, so I can directly get the player controller itself. Okay. So there we go. Player instigator, player controller, and damage causer would be the owner itself. There we go. And damage type, I'll just have it damage type like this. We'll learn a bit more about damage type as we progress through these videos. Okay, so for now this is enough, and now we have hit enemy. So now let's go ahead and open up the grunt. Okay, and base, and over here we'll type in event event damage, any damage. Okay, there we go. And from the enemy component we'll get set current health like this, right? And in the enemy component, in the event graph, we have this. So what I'll do a print string. Okay, set current health as like this. So in the BP grunt, we have our enemy component. I'll set the max health as 100. Okay, also I forgot to do one thing, so I'll close this one. Make sure you compile and also save all. Okay, close this. In the enemy component base, okay, in the constructor I'll set the current health as the max health. Okay, so now that has been set, and I'll wait for it to load. Okay, so now we need to go in each of the attack notifies that we have. Close all tabs. Okay, let's go to all the notifies that we have. Attack, hit enemy, base damage, let's make it 10. Actually, let's make all of them 10. So what we can do is, well, let's go to blueprints, enemy notifies, notify hit enemy, and base, I can make it to 10. Okay, compile. So now if you actually go ahead and go to the second one, this one, and check over here, if you click on it, it's 10 by default. Okay, so all of them have been set to 10, and you can see all of these attacks have changed, okay, values in them. So let's go ahead, and we have this. Did we add a print string or did we not add a print string? We did. Red, make it stay for 20 seconds. Okay, where is the BP grunt? Let's add a breakpoint. We call it, no we do not. So an hit enemy, What's wrong with this? Okay, get current enemy is the damage actor, my bad. I actually applied it to to the player character, right? So yeah, get current enemy, that is our damaged actor. This is why this is the only downside of blueprints, all this spaghetti code over here. It's very difficult to read where I'm going from. So other than that, it's really good. I mean, I would actually prefer blueprints over C++ since it's easier to code in. Again, player controller is the instigator, damage causer is the owner. I'm pretty sure it's the owner. Let's go ahead and check. It is. So we're good there. And yeah, it should be good. Let's see. Damage is 0. Why is that again? Base damage is 10. Yeah. And BP grunt. Class defaults. Not class defaults, sorry, enemy defaults. It's 100. Let's make this 100 as well. We already did it on as well. So there we go, 90. So this one is 90, 80, 60. Okay, this guy did not actually move breakpoint. So we probably have something in blueprints. Enemy notify, counter hit. Yep, we have, like I said, there's something different. So again, we'll copy paste this one in counter hit. Base damage, hit owner is our damage causer, instigator, and damaged actor is right. There we go. Get counter enemy. And base damage is 10. There we go. Let's make it 20. Counter. And for finisher, set finisher. Okay, PP player. Okay, I think set finisher is current enemy, right? Sorry, I forgot what the code was. Okay, set current enemy. Yep. So where is it? Finisher. Apply damage. Get current enemy. And from here, what I need to do is make sure it is valid. I mean, it will be, but still, make sure it is valid. I will get max. Sorry. Current enemy is valid. Now this is an actor. Object reference, get component by class. And this one is enemy component. Again, make sure it is valid. It is valid. Then you will get the max health. Get max health. And apply that as your base damage. And damaged actor is this one, current enemy. Damage causer is your owner. Okay, there we go. and controller is this one, so everything should work. Let's go ahead and check. Okay, 1 2 3. Okay, this guy is 80, that one was 90, so counter 70. Perfect. And then this guy, and 3 4 5 6, and this guy on counter, and there you go, it says 0, right? So now this one will go on the finisher, right? Finisher. Okay. Right now, okay. Now this will actually improve when I actually go into the animation itself. But right now I cannot think of a better way to do this before I go into the animation system, and animation blueprint is a whole different thing. Okay. Like you will find basics in YouTube, you'll find the basics everywhere, to be honest, but to go in depth of animation takes a lot of time. So that's why I'm actually avoiding animations at this moment. Mm, and that's why I'll also use a very bad method to do this right now, but this can't be helped. Okay, but in the future I'll obviously improve this one. So what I'll do is, on the enemy component, let's go ahead, play finisher montage to play. We have this. um there's only one montage, right, currently, that we are playing on the, so finisher animations, finisher play. This is the enemy one, right? Now what I want to do is have a new montage section, and this one will be dead. And this one montage section, the dead one, would loop. Okay, once it goes to dead, so once it goes there, it just loops over the sea, so they're just dead, they don't get out of it. Okay, so now this is, like I said, it's a very bad system, but it is what it is. Now as you can see, like, he will also he will still go into the attacking mode and everything, right? So we don't want that. Okay, branch, what is this? It's fine. Now in the BP grant, if we get health, okay, now if this is less than equal to 0, that means he's dead, right? So what we'll do is we'll get blackboard, get AI controller, control actor is self. Now from here we'll get the brain component and stock logic, right? This one will be dead. Now detach from controller pending destroy. Okay, then we want to destroy this component. We want to destroy actually everything. Destroy component and AI perception, destroy component. Okay, and set collision enabled. Physics only, no query. Okay, and let's go ahead. Let's check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. And this guy is still okay. So as you can see, this guy does not have any controller, and he will not actually do anything. See, I can walk over him and anything like that, but he does not actually have any controller. But I can still attack this guy over here, right? And okay, there is no valid check for this, right? So yeah, you might get this error as well if you're using the default one. But what is it? Preferences. Make sure this is valid as well. There we go. And also we are attacking them because we do not actually have a dead variable. So let's go ahead and make that as well. Okay, so save everything, save selected. In the enemy component, let's go ahead and make a new variable, and again this one will be grouping read only float dead, not so bull dead. B, it's just a coding standard. Okay, you write B before a boolean. And again let's make the get on the setup. So this is bull get player dead, and we will do a set. And this one will be a void set player dead, and this one will be a constant bull. What is it? Dead actor dead. Okay, yeah, don't forget the semicolons. Okay, and once that is done, let's go ahead and play, or sorry, run, and let it load. Okay, so I added a reference over here to the bull. Sorry about that. Force of habit. Yeah, just remove that reference. Okay, and then compile. It should compile properly. Okay, so yeah, once the dead is done, so let's go to the BP player now. And over here, we need to add it all to almost all of the attacks that we have. Uh, get enemies within range. Doing BP character base, right? Um, just derives from character itself. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Right now, let's go to the player and then find enemies. Bounce. So get component by class, and this is ACFFC. Sorry, again, not FFC. This would be enemy component. Okay, there we go. Make sure it is valid on them. And if it is invalid, we need to get player dead, and make sure that is not dead. Is not dead, and then we can actually go ahead and add them to the collision check and whatever we are doing. So this is what we need. Copy this one and go to counter, same thing. I mean counter, we don't need it because we set the counter from the, and from here finisher, again we are calling the same function, so over here we already have it. Okay, so not an issue. That is good. And in the grunt over here, once it is less than 0, what we can do is get the enemy component and set player dead to true. Okay, let's go ahead and play. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can counter, and then I cannot attack the other guy even if I want to, so which is working. Now if I attack him, as you can see, I cannot actually attack him, but he needs to actually play the dead function as dead montage as well. But how I want that system to look like is basically the last hit will automatically play a montage that will be actually like that will be a finisher move, let's say, or a killing blow kind of a thing, where even they fly around, or there's a good montage to it. Okay, so I will continue this lecture on the next episode. Okay, so thank you guys, and as always, um before I end it, so from this month I'll be adding animations to the Patreons. Okay, so along with that, I'll be having 2 Patreon videos, exclusive videos for them as well. And also I'll add a different tier to where you can actually just have the animations, okay, and not the exclusive videos. Okay, so do check out the Patreon ones, because there will be some changes this month. Okay, so thank you guys, and I will see you in the next lecture.